Just your first name. Yusef. Gregory. Nice to meet you. Do you mind if we sit down for a couple minutes? Okay, great.
You have to live for the day, but you have to live for tomorrow too. And you have to not be selfish.
I love it. What is your dream?
My dream is to hit the lotto so I can quit work.
Outstanding. One more. Look at you. You're looking good. Here we go. I like that right there. Looking good right there.
Yeah, take a decent picture sometimes. All right, man.
You got it. You take care, okay? Thank you so much.
So
interesting.
Once those things come together, you know the time is near.
Wow. How long have you been doing this for?
Since July, well, late July, I'd say.
It's awesome, bro. You rocked it. We got a hug, man. This is what I did. One of the passions I have in doing portraits of the Jersey Shore is highlighting through people's stories how we all have much more in common than we do not. In a world of increasing uncertainty, fear, and distrust of each other, I am convinced that by taking the time to get to know each other, by listening to each other, sharing our stories, we will see that through each other's stories we can have more compassion and connection with each other.
I had gotten pregnant and I wasn't able to support this child, and so I ended up terminating the pregnancy. And I decided that you should take everything that happens to you and realize that it's gotten to you where you are at this very moment and move forward and learn from it.
You're beautiful. That's why I see the beauty in everybody because of that. Because I was homeless. I was an alcoholic. I lived in a house with crack addicts. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my gosh, like I had no self-worth at all.
I learned this for myself from my experiences with my own story. I grew up in a violent, abusive home. I had very few friends throughout my school years. I wound up in a 30-day rehab by the time I was 17 and battled alcoholism, depression, and homelessness throughout my 20s. And then at the end of my 27th year, I was shot in the back of the head by a police officer late at night. He was chasing someone else and accidentally shot me. I wound up laying in the street, bleeding to a certain death. Horror and fear gripped me, knowing that I had wasted my life and it was going to end with a bullet in my head. But somehow, some way, I lived. Even the surgeon who removed the bullet from my head told me that it was a miracle that not only was I alive, but that I would be able to walk and talk and move my limbs. I was going to live. I was going to get a second chance at life. And that's when I started to realize the only way I could have possibly lived, that I could have possibly gotten this whole new lease on life, was if there was actually a God who saved me. For the first time in my life, I saw that my life had meaning. I knew I had to be alive for a reason, but for what purpose was my life spared? I wanted to know more about this God who saved my life, so I could understand more what my newfound purpose was. I found that faith in Jesus. He was to me everything I wanted to be, and from reading about the story of his life, I saw what my life could be like. To be compassionate, loving, and reach out to and care about the people no one else seemed to care about. And that's how I knew what my purpose was, to help others see that they too mattered. To me, to this world, and yes, to God.
I was in the military. I came home. I ran the street life for a little while. Found out that wasn't for me. Got myself together, and when I moved back, matter of fact, I moved back here to be closer to my grandchildren.
Good for you. Good for you. I love that. Good for you. Hey, I hug people, man. God bless you guys.
All right, Greg.
All right, you take care. All right.
In other words, to be a light to other people. I have had people tell me, sometimes with tears in their eyes, that no one has ever asked them these questions before, that they have never shared these stories with people before.
When he first told me about it, he told me that I had Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a form of cancer. All I thought was cancer. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be, bad.
I truly believe that these people trust me, that they share with me because of my own story. I have experienced so much in life that the currents of my past have shaped a landscape in my soul of great compassion and care for the people I meet. I truly love every person I come across, and I really believe they feel that, and they see me as a person they can trust. This page is about meeting people, connecting with these people in a meaningful way, listening to their stories, then sharing with the followers for portraits of the Jersey Shore the inherent beauty and dignity that is in every person I meet.